Hello my peeps, welcome back, and those that are new, welcome to my channel. I'm Gina and this is Sparklies, and I have some sparklies today. Look at my seahorses. Aren't they cute? They're all lined up. They're all facing the same way. Well, not really the same way, but they're all facing to the center. Lovely. This is the bargain Bead Box of June. So I'm playing around with it and this is what I come up with. And I think it's beautiful. So let's put this together. This is just a really, boop, pull it out, put it back, and we're gonna get out some wire. I got 20 gauge antique bronze. Whoops, that worked, didn't it? Twink, 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 twink. Okay. How long do I want this? See, I want it long enough to do this. Gotta bank a loop. And then down at the bottom, I want to do like a little curly, swirly little thing. All right, let's cut it off. Okay, I'm going to cut off from the spool, so I'm going to use my double flush cutters. So it's double flush on each side. So I don't have to trim it on any side because it's already flush cut. Ta-da! All right, let's get our round nose. And we will start at the very tip, at the very end of the wire. And we're going to curl that in. Curl that in nice and tight and snug. I want to get it in there as tight as I can. Wonder if I can get it like this. Uh-oh. You gotta go outside, Justice? Justice. You wanna go outside? You gotta go potty? Oh, alright. Dog comes first. I don't know what happened. My camera stopped. Look what I made. I made this. And now you have no idea how I did it. Let's say remake another one. I can make another one. Oh man. I looked up at the camera and it was blank. And I'm like, what the heck? And it's got 76% on it. So I don't got a mind of its own. Alright. Well, I just made my little loop. And then I put it in my, there we go. I put in my flat nose. Pliers. Just gripped it. And then I bent the wire. Just bent the wire. Turn. Bent the wire. And eventually I come up with this. And then I put a little bend in it. Maybe I should get in here. Make it a little tighter. Run it down. There. Down there. So it's centered. And then I put on my bead cap, bead, and then my bead cap. Isn't that pretty? And then a rondelle crystal with steel blue shimmer. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And another bead and another crystal. And that's going to be my focal. Nothing big, nothing fancy. It's just going to go right here. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, I just love it. Okay. Let's make a loop. Okay, now how I make a loop is how I decide whether it's going to be a simple loop or a wrap loop. This is really soft. So I'm going to go for a wrapped loop. So we don't want it to come apart, so I'm going to have to wrap it. So to wrap it, I'm going to take my pliers, bend the wire over my pliers 90 degrees, and then let's see, how big of a loop do I want? How big of a loop depends on small or large. I don't really want a small, I don't really want a large, so let's go right in the middle here. I think that should do. bring the wire up and over and try and keep it aligned with your beads. And then you gotta rotate your pliers so you can bring that wire all the way across and make a loop. And then see how there's a kink there? Just turn it. Just turn it. So now we're gonna wrap it. Grab it with your other pliers and whoops. And wrap. Now, you don't want to wrap too tight. If you go any further and keep wrapping tight, you're going to put too much pressure on these crystals and they'll crack and they'll break off. So I'm going to stop right there at 3 and we're going to go in the back and we're going to snip it off. Flat side against it. Take this part off, throw it away, and then we got that little bit right there that's got to get tucked in so it don't catch on anybody's clothes. There, just like that. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. There's our focal. Now, for our seahorses, we're going to put on, I'm going to get rid of these. I don't need them anymore. I'm going to use my bent nose. Open up the, I think this is an 8mm. 8 or 10. I think it's an 8mm. All right. I always use it. Open my jump rings with a bent nose. And I hold the bent nose pliers, and I just do the twisting with my right wrist, and I'm just going to twist this open just a wee bit. And then I want to put on one of these and then close it back up. Close, close. There we go. Nice and snug. Now on this one, I want to open this one up. And we're going to put on a seahorse. I want to go this way. And then, so when I string, the string is going to go through here, and it's going to be in between these two beads right there. And then it's just going to dangle there. So we're going to keep going. All our seahorses need a jump ring, 2 jump rings. This one here. And add a jump ring. Close. Close. And then we're going to open this one. I always put the opening to the top. There we go. And we're going to twist open, just tweak it open a little bit, just enough to put on our seahorse. Ooh, geez, that scared me. Wow. These things were springing. There we go. There's 3. And now we have this one. Oh, what's this? I got an extra one down here. Why do I have an extra one? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. It's extra. Oh well, rather have extra than not enough. Then you gotta go digging out, get some more supplies. All right, and the seahorse. And then we got another one. Open. One of these. Close it back up. And then we're going to open this one. Oop, a little bit more. Gotta get the seahorse on there. Yep. Get it in there. Yeah, open a little bit more. Gotta get the seahorse in there. Well, out to the edge here. There we go. There we go. And one more. Why do I have an extra set? I don't know, maybe I miscounted. I must have miscounted. I don't know. Open this way. Oh, a little bit more. Gotta get our seahorse in there. And there we go. And our seahorses are connected. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Beauteous. All right. Now that's extra. I don't need that. There we go. Gotta keep everything in frame. And I gotta check, make sure my camera is still rolling. All right, now we're going to get my 49 strand because it's the softest drape. It gives you a nice soft drape. It's very supple. You can bend it. You could tie it in a knot if you want. It shows you how it's all put together, the 49 strands of stainless steel with a clear coat on it. And then the width is 0.019, which is your average. 0.018, 0.020, anywhere around there is your average beading wire. And that is what you're going, what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put on a couple crystals first. One, two, and then we go with these pumpkin. They call these pumpkin. This is a spotted jasper. And it's a pumpkin shape, which is kind of carved on the outside to make like a pumpkin shape. So that's what I'm using. Oh, look at that. There's a little bend right there. I don't like that, so I'm going to get rid of it. We're going to snip that off. Snip. Okay. That. Then we're going to do two. Now we're coming at the seahorses. I'm going to do one of these, a seahorse, and another one of these. And then when they sit, they will sit above those crystals and they will dangle. Pretty. So we're going to do another pumpkin, a crystal, and then we got to go to our seahorse. Make sure it's pointing the right direction. And then another crystal, this crystal, and then we're going to go back, another seahorse. Get in there. Okay. Is that on right? Let me check my seahorses. Nope, he's not. This one, flipped him around. I want to turn him this way. Through the hole. There we go. And then when we get to the center, we have to put on our focal, which is this. And then that's going to sit in between two of these. So I made the loop big enough. Yes, I made the loop big enough for it to sit. That's the way it's going to sit. Just like that. Okie doke. We're good to go. We're going to do this side with our seahorses. Go this way. And then this one, and then a pumpkin, and then another rondelle, and a seahorse, and then, oh my goodness, there it is, and then a pumpkin, and then another rondelle, and then a seahorse, and then we're done with our seahorses. Now let's check our, whoop, want to check our seahorses. Lift them up. Make sure they're all facing the same direction, and they are. And we'll continue to bead the rest of these up. And we're almost done. Last two. One, whoops. One, two. And that is our necklace. Aw, it's so cute. All right, let's finish this side off. We're going to get I have a antique copper crimp tube right there. And then I'm going to put on an antique copper wire guard. This is the wire guard. It has 2 holes. I'm going to put in 1 hole, and it's going to come up and over, and it's going to go down through this other hole. And when it comes down through the other hole, grab it and then put it through the crimp tube. And there you have. I'm going to pull it down on this side. And now I'm going to squeeze that together just a little bit. There we go. Nice. Beauteous. Now we're going to crimp it. The crimping pliers, we have a little divot in the back there. A little tooth. And I'm going to go in the back. And I'm going to make a little divot with that tooth. And squeeze. There's my divot. And now I'm going to go in the front hole, and I'm going to bend these so they fold over on each other and look just like that. That's pretty. That is your crimp. And then we're going to snip off this excess right here. All right, and now we're going to slide everything up. I'm going to give myself about 4 finger lengths. Oh, what did I do there? Oh, snip. Okay, we're done with this. I want to wrap it up. So don't unwind. It likes to keep on winding on me. Okay, we're going to do a crimp tube, a wire guard, whoop, and one side, up and over, down through the other side, and as you come down, grab it, put it through the crimp tube, and then pull your necklace, whoop, so it's all together. There. Now, you want fluidity, but you don't want it too loose. But you don't want it too tight. You tighten it up, then you're going to have problems with your crystals. So this is nice and snug and beauteous. I'm going to go in the back groove, of course, to get my, whoops, I want to get it centered there. I gotta pull this down, pull, 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 and squeeze. And then we're gonna turn it and go on the front groove and squeeze. And snip off the excess. There we go. Here's part of our necklace. Now I'm gonna measure this just to see how long did I make it. It's hard to tell when they're all spread out. This is about 8 3/4. Not quite 9 inches. So if I want an 18 inch, I want 9 inches, about 9 inches more. So figure 1 inch for clasp. So I'm going to do 4 inches. I'll do 4 inches on each side. That gives me another 8 inches. And then clasp would give me another inch. And that's another 9 inches. So 4 inches on each side. So I'm going to measure this. 4 inches out. And when I do that, I lay it out nice and flat. There, just like that. Measure it. 4 inches. Right here. So we're going to cut it off right there. There's one. Get rid of the excess there. And now I like to use this little wire here. Put it through the loop. Oh, these loops are small. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to measure out the next one. Usually I just do it with a wire, come down here and snip it off, but it's not going through. So we'll measure out another 4 inches. So I'm going to lay it out. Nice and flat. Right about here. And there we go. We have our 2 inches or 2 strands of chain. Get all these pieces out of the way so we'll keep the area clean. Okay, now I have these 2 jump rings. I want my bent nose to hang on to it, and then my flat nose to open it up just a little bit. Just enough to put your necklace on and the chain. Oh, I wonder if it's going to fit. What if it don't fit? Oh no. Because this is a thick gauge. That means I'm going to have to get a thinner gauge. And I don't think I have a thinner gauge. Antique. Oh, look it. I got it. Nice. Nice. I got it on there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's on. Close it back up. And then we do our other side. Open it up. The necklace and the chain. It's going to need me to push it on. Get in there. Got in on the other side. There's enough room there for it to slide on, but it's like, there we go. It is on. It is on. Nice. Oop, I got some wire. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Okay, we just need a clasp. That there. Okay, clasp. This is the only antique copper clasp I have. It's a button style, which you pull it off. And it's got a little circle that you snap the button on. There, just like that. Now we're going to put on a jump ring. And I need 2 jump rings that are the same size because I don't have a, let me check. I have bright copper, gold. Yeah, I don't have an antique copper. So, hang on. Okie dokie. Now, we gotta get jump ring through here. Open up. Maybe I should open it a little bit longer, a little further. Give it enough room to work it in there. And then that little bit has to come off. It'll give me some more room. Oh no. So how am I going to get that off? It doesn't need to be there. There we go. Now, push this through that hole. So it's got just enough room there for me to, oh, there it goes. Slide right through. Slide right through. And I'm going to put this side of the clasp on. And then we use our flat nose to grab a hold of it. And our bent nose. Close it up. Nice. Whoops. I want that nice and tight. Nice and tight. So you push in just like that. Beauteous. Okay, last one. And then we're done with this necklace. Open. Says me. And then we're going to slide this one on. And then come over here. Slide on this clasp on this side. And close it up. And there we've made, let me get rid of all my tools, a beautiful seahorse necklace. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Look at all the seahorses. Ain't they cute? It's so pretty. I like it. What do you think? Uh-oh, what's with this guy? Oh, he's kinked. Don't want it kinked. There we go. There we go. Now they're all pointing the way I want them to. That is our necklace. Isn't that cute? Alrighty. Oh, there's a camera's moving. That's the end of this video. If you like this video, hit subscribe. And if you don't want to hit subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you. And then check out my Etsy shop. And until next time, happy beading, people.